Today, I want to invite you into the quiet, almost melancholic world of a poem that's so powerful it's often called the ancestor of autumn thoughts. But before we start to unpack it, let's just take a moment and listen.
哭天老是昏鸦，小桥流水人家，古道西风瘦马。夕阳西下，断肠人在天涯。
All right, let's explore this poem together, almost like we're watching a master painter, brushstroke by brushstroke. It kicks off with this really stark, powerful image. In the original Chinese, the sound itself is clipped, almost brittle. Ku teng lao shu hun yar. And in English, what that gives us is this. Withered vines, an old tree, a crow at dusk. It's kind of like a series of quick photos, isn't it? There are no connecting words, just bam, bam, bam. 3 distinct images set right next to each other. Now, here's what's so brilliant about this line. Every single word is doing some heavy lifting. Think about it. The poet chose withered vines, so life is already gone. An old tree, its vitality's on the way out. And a crow at dusk, well, the light of the day itself is dying. So in just 6 short characters, Ma Zhiyuan establishes this entire world of decay, with darkness just creeping in around the edges. And then, from that bleak scene, the poet completely shifts gears. The whole feeling changes. Just listen to the sound of this next line. 小桥流水人家. You can hear it, right? It's softer, much more fluid than that first brittle line. A small bridge, flowing water, a home. The contrast is huge. We've just jumped from this wild, almost dead imagery of the vine and the tree to something built by people, something that feels gentle and, well, alive. So you have to ask, why do this? Why drop this peaceful, almost perfect little scene right here? Well, that image of a home, you can almost picture the smoke rising from a chimney. It's a beacon of warmth, of belonging. But, and this is the key, for a lonely traveler, seeing that light is actually painful. It's a sharp reminder of everything you don't have, everything you've left behind. And just as we feel that pang of longing, the poet yanks us right back to the cold, hard reality of the road. Here he writes, 古道西风瘦马. The sounds here get long and drawn out again, almost echoing the endlessness of this journey. In English, that gives us an ancient road, the west wind, a lean horse. You can almost feel that chill of that wind on your skin, can't you? And you can just see the exhaustion of that animal. Every single piece of this line tells a story of hardship. The road is ancient. I mean, just imagine how many other lonely travelers have walked this exact path. The west wind, in Chinese poetry, is the classic signal of autumn. It's cold and desolate. And the lean horse. Wow, that's not just an animal, is it? It's a mirror. It's reflecting the writer, just as weary, just as spent, and so far from home. So if you step back and just look at what he's done, it's absolutely brilliant. Have you noticed there are no verbs in these first 3 lines? None. It's just a montage of 9 distinct images, flashed one after another. It's like a film director making quick cuts, shot after shot after shot. He's building an entire emotional world without telling us how to feel. He's just showing us. So this brings us to the big question, right? We've seen this world of decay and longing, but whose eyes are we seeing it through? The poem has been painting this incredible picture, and now it's finally going to show us the person holding the brush. But first, he puts one last piece of the scenery into place. Tian Jing Sha. This line sets the time of day, and it just bathes everything we've already seen in this last beautiful fading glow. The sun sets in the west. It sounds so simple, just a statement of fact, but what it's really doing is creating this huge, melancholy canvas. It ties all those little images together, the tree, the bridge, the horse, and puts them all under one giant, lonely sky. And now, for the reveal. 断肠人在天涯. This right here is the heart of the entire poem. This is the line that gives meaning to everything that came before it. A heart broken at the edge of the world. And just like that, it all clicks into place. You suddenly realize, oh, the withered vine, the old tree, that lean horse, they weren't just descriptions of a landscape, no way. They were a projection of how this person felt on the inside. The sorrow wasn't out there in the scenery, it was in here, in the observer. And you know that phrase for heartbroken, 断肠人, is incredibly visceral. It literally translates to a person with broken intestines. It's describing a grief so profound it feels physical, like a gut-wrenching sorrow. And this really reflects the poet Ma Zhiyuan's own life, which was spent wandering, unable to achieve his ambitions, feeling like a perpetual outsider far from home. When you take a step back, you see that this poem is the quintessential example of a core theme in Chinese culture, Bei Chu, or the sorrow of autumn. It's this idea that as the natural world starts to decay and fade, it awakens a deep sense of longing, nostalgia, and an awareness of our own fleeting time. This poem just captures that feeling so perfectly that it became the benchmark for all the others that followed. And I think that's the real magic here. It's why this poem has lasted for over 700 years. It takes the very specific feeling of a lonely traveler in 13th century China and makes it completely universal. I mean, who hasn't felt a little pang of loneliness at dusk, or felt out of place, or looked at a beautiful, fading scene with this strange mix of awe and sadness? In the end, the poem leaves us with this final, haunting image. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes the most profound landscapes aren't the ones we see with our eyes, but the ones we carry within our own hearts. It really makes you wonder, what does autumn awaken in you?